welcome back to Afternoon Express. It's our Tuesday cook-along. DJ Zinhle joins us in the kitchen, and preparing your own roast from scratch with all the sides is one of the most culinarily satisfying experiences. But understandably, it could get a little bit daunting. So today, Clem has brought a very special guest to the kitchen, South African chef, patron, legend, Craig Cormack from Salt Restaurant in Elgin. So, chef, tell me about your salt fascination.
Yeah, so I've been playing around with salt for about 9 years already, and sort of no one has really sort of stumbled upon it other than just seasoning day to day. And yeah, my obsession became collecting salt slowly but surely, and ranged to about 145 now salts from all over the world. Natural occurs.
What?
Yeah. So I mean, yes, just one of them, just to give you an idea. I mean, here we have Himalayan rock salt, 250 million years old. It's insane. So yeah. I'm obsessed.
I had a slab of this in my house, and one day I just dunked it in my bath.
Yeah, perfect.
And just sat in the bath while it melted away. It's amazing.
Be generous. Put at least a few of them in there.
Yeah.
It really does work.
Apparently, you can use it to warm food as well.
You can. We cook on it. We actually serve a breakfast at our restaurant in the mornings, and you can book it, pre-book it, and then you serve a breakfast on there. So we reach temperatures about 260 degrees Celsius. On the barbecue, around 500 degrees Celsius.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Self-seasoning, self-plating, the whole works.
Okay, cool.
Well. Yeah.
So,
right, so we're on to our belly.
What's our first step?
Yeah, let's move this over here. Let's get rid of this.
So, like, a lot of people think that a pork belly is very complicated to prep and to work with. Why do you think that is?
I think, you know, people feel sort of overwhelmed by things they don't know, possibly. And,
yeah,
you know, when you see a piece of protein, when you see a piece of protein like this, you think, oh my gosh, what do I do with it? Well, I'll show you now. It's very simple. There's a number of ways of preparing this. So one can take it to the simplicity of what we're going to do now. Finish it off in the oven, roast it. Obviously, firstly, we're going to score it. That's the most important part.
Score it?
Yeah.
I give that a 10 out of 10.
You score.
So we're going to score that, take you through that. But other ways that I really enjoy cooking pork would be something where we braise it in a liquor of some sort, generally stock-based. The other one is to actually cook it in stock-based completely. So you change the whole structure of the fat process, and you don't have that fattiness that you sometimes see with pork, which is, for me, the best thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you boil it, or braise it, as we say, where you actually submerge it in liquid for 3 to 4 hours, we then reset it and press it. So you get the perfect blocks and to finish on a restaurant plate. So, and it works really well.
I'm trying to look at the ratio of fat to meat here.
And that's the thing about pork belly, the ratio of fat to meat.
That's what we're really looking for. There's that beautiful sort of bacon, pork belly, that rasher.
Yeah, that looks like bacon.
Yeah, that's where your bacon comes from.
That's correct.
Absolutely. So, yeah.
Do you know there's a thing called a baconer pig that specifically is made to make bacon?
No.
Wow.
Build them out bulky.
That's insane. Okay.
Okay. So, right, for scoring, sounds very fancy.
Do you like pork belly?
Yeah. A lot.
It's yummy, hey? I love that crust on the top. Are we going to make that crispy crust?
We're going to do exactly that, yeah.
And that's what the scoring helps with?
Correct, because if you look at it this way and you're going to fry this in your pan once you turn it over, you've got a fair amount of fat to actually get through. So obviously, how do you get through that fat? What we want to do is create little diamonds or blocks. And then from there, the fat runs all in between there, and it cooks it down quicker.
Is that what those are for? I thought they were for decorating.
Yeah, you get it with your gammons, you get it with lamb, you get it with duck.
They're just decorating the meat.
It's a nice way to spend time, yeah. So we basically just cut this in here. We don't want to go straight through. So you can see the fat there is literally just through. So your knife obviously needs to be very much on the sharp side.
Sharp, yeah.
We don't want to cut into that meat itself. And you can either let this sit overnight, which obviously we would normally do, and we're just going to run through all of this.
I don't cook anything that needs to sit overnight because I'm too disorganized to be planning the meal.
Can I be honest?
I just want to cook it when I arrive and just let it be done when I'm done.
A lot of people freak out, like when we make roast chicken at home. We start the roast chicken 2 days before. In the brine, dried out in the fridge. It's the best. It's
but you guys are special. You guys are very different. You're both chefs.
Oh, no. It's the passion. It's the passion.
You put the extra bit in because you know that the end product is what you're looking for when it comes to flavour. For home, obviously, one doesn't do it. It just takes too much effort. So we'll keep this one very simple for today. Yeah. Just pretty much roast it.
How much cooking do you do at home?
Zero.
Why? How do you get... Okay, let me ask, how do you get away with it?
Please tell me.
I have a personal chef. No, it was a question that might have not phrased it right. But Cairo's nanny, Uzama, cooks insanely well.
Oh, that's amazing.
So well. Every day we have a home-cooked meal, every day.
And she just cooks really well.
So well that I'm very picky with restaurants now. If I eat at a restaurant, it's because
the standard.
You're such a lucky girl.
I'm very lucky.
Yeah, because as a mom and a working parent, the cooking aspect of my life takes a lot of admin. So if somebody can take care of that, that's like much stress off your shoulders.
I guess Caro's a lucky one. Imagine if she had to eat my food.
Really?
Imagine if Caro
I feel
had
like
to eat
one day
my
we should get
food.
you back for you to make us a meal. No judging.
No. I feel like you're making fun of me. With
No.
No one should eat anything I cook.
Craig, tell the truth, right? When you walk into a restaurant, they like always look at you funny as like another chef. There's a lot of animosity. But how good is a home cooked meal from anyone? Don't you agree?
Oh man, no one invites me. They would normally tell me to bring an apron along if they do invite me. And you know, all I want to do is be spoiled. You know, I'm simple. Peanut butter sandwich rocks.
Message to the world, yeah. Invite a chef.
So please invite me.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've just decorated
I've decorated
you've just
that for you.
it.
That's right.
And then what's in here? It's not
So
vinegar.
I'm going to make some pickled carrots. So I like the fact that with your dish that you sent me, you've got 3 different versions of carrots, and one of them is pickling carrots. So to this, I've got some vinegar in there. We're using apple cider vinegar. But pickles are all about the balance. So as much acid as you have, you want to kind of balance that with a bit of sugar. I do like my pickles very tart. I like when it makes your face react, you know? I like food that fights back. It's not spicy. Okay, so then it's fine. We'll get a little extra sugar for you.
So you mixed water and...
That's just a little bit of vinegar for now, and that's sugar. I'm going to add a little bit of water to it.
Oh, okay.
Just a little bit. And then what you're trying to do now is bring it up to temperature. You'll notice already once all that sugar's dissolved. So you can play around with it. So we've got normal vinegar right now. You can use something like a malt vinegar as well. Or I just wouldn't use a balsamic. That's what I'm going to get to. Don't use a balsamic vinegar in this. Play around with other vinegars and that's fine. For the sugar, instead of sugar, you use brown sugar. You can use molasses, maple syrup, and honey.
Oh, yummy.
No,
okay, now you're starting to speak my language.
All about the balance of the acid to the sweetness that's in there. So once all that sugar dissolves, you get your baby carrots.
Yeah.
Now, these are normally like the hardest. I remember being a student chef and having to trim carrots to get them into little baby carrot shapes.
Now you just buy them.
Now I go to
Now you
Woolies.
just buy them.
No. I just go to Woolies.
You're quite fit.
Yeah.
And you work out, right?
Yeah.
Because if you're going to tell me you don't work out and you look like that, I'm going to send you out of this kitchen.
As long as I get the food.
Which means you actually have to watch what you eat as well,
yeah.
right? Because good bodies are made in the kitchen. What kind of stuff do you tend to eat a lot of?
We eat a lot of spinach. We eat a lot of broccoli. We eat a lot, like this is like every day in our meals.
Greens.
Just to make sure there's greens. We eat a lot of protein, a lot of that.
Yeah.
And but
not too much bread and starches
I'm not a fan.
and your carbs.
No, I'm not a big. I mean, I'll eat bread, but I'm not like a. You know, there are people that love bread. No, I mean, I'm not bread. Like anything that's made with flour is not really a thing.
Is Baba a picky eater?
I'm the same.
Very picky.
All right.
What's her favorite food? Just plain pasta.
Yeah, she loves mac
Kids
and cheese.
just love plain pasta.
Yeah.
She loves mac and cheese and ice cream, if that's food.
Mac and cheese and ice cream.
If that's food, yeah.
I'm just going to finish off this last bit.
Show us your salting method, absolutely.
So basically, I just like to get a little bit of oil in there, just to rub onto the belly fat there.
That's some olive oil, right?
That's right, yeah. You can use normal oil, but we got some olive oil, which is always a pleasure. And then just your salting. So
sure, look at that glistening fat.
It looks beautiful, and it just helps when you roast it in the oven. So we want to give it a good temperature between 180, 200, depending on your oven. And
I mean, I'm not an expert on pork, but that looks like a very good-looking piece of pork.
Yes, it is.
It looks really fresh, and it looks like it's right.
Yeah, you
want
to work with a good butcher. You know, I think that's the most important part. I think as long as food's in a good state of freshness and that, instead of tired things, you can see the difference. And
you can.
I mean, the proof is in the pudding over here. So all we're going to do is rub that in nicely, and as we do, we leave it overnight. So you want that salt to draw in there, kind of cure it to a certain extent, and allow it to dry out some of the fat in there as well. So when you do roast it the next day, bring it back to room temperature, just to kind of get it up to there. So pop it in the oven and let it go. You can either do slow roast or a quicker roast. I prefer in a simple means like today to roast it quickly, about 45 minutes.
I know I said that I don't like meals that you have to cook overnight, but what you're making here makes me feel like I really want to make that.
There we go.
Yeah, so thanks for changing my mind. I cannot wait to dig in. But let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we continue with our fantastic recipe. Plus, DJ Zintle is in the loft, so call us on 021-430-9881. And if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and call us. And you can also engage with us on all our social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and let us know which celebrity friendship is your squad goals. Tweet us at Afternoon Chat using the hashtag Afternoon Express, or pop over to our Facebook page. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Our pork belly's just popped out the oven, and this is what it looks like.
That looks amazing.
Wow, that looks amazing.
Voila, I always wanted to say this, and it's ready. Amazing on TV. All right.
Wow, so this is it, ready?
That's it, pretty much. You got that lovely little crust here, so you can kind of hear that. And that's the best part, is that crackling. So I think the most important thing is we'll leave it to rest and just get everyone's appetites going. And then I think Clem's going to take us through those forgotten carrots and the lentils. Yeah?
Just before you take us through that, we've got a call on the line. Vanessa. Hi, Vanessa. Zanessa, welcome to Afternoon Express. What's your question or comment?
Hi.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Very good. How are you?
I'm good.
Okay.
I want to talk to Vince.
Yeah, here she is.
How are you doing?
I'm well, how are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I would like to tell you that I admire you as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Nice to meet you someday.
I'm listening.
I would like to meet you someday.
No, I'm sure we'll meet someday. Don't worry. Thank you so much.
Okay, bye.
Bye, babe.
Thank you for calling, Zanessa. Okay, cool.
All right,
What
so
are you making us?
We almost forgot to
Lentils.
talk about the forgotten carrots.
The forgotten carrots. Why are they forgotten?
Craig, why are they forgotten?
So at the restaurant, Michelle is our chef there, and she's had this story, which I thought was really amazing, and she's kind of put it on the menu, made it her own. So forgotten carrots would be the thing that you put into roast, because we leave them like that. You can either leave the skin on, depending how you feel, or actually just peel it. Pop it in the oven and literally forget about it. But the thing is, there's different levels of forgetting about it. So either it becomes puree, or you get these beautiful roasted carrots. And she was always like, oh gosh, the carrots, I nearly forgot them. So they became forgotten carrots.
Oh, forgotten carrots.
And there's something about them. I feel like we use the word umami a little too much right now in the industry. But I believe that there's umami in almost every vegetable. It's how you actually cook it and how you season it. That becomes so meaty. I would like not miss a piece of meat on the plate if I had those carrots like super, they're quite dark. And the outside's quite like almost leathery in a way. Inside is delicious and soft.
Like you leave them to roast until it becomes quite dark.
My association with that is whenever like my mom used to cook a roast, for some reason she should throw like a carrot in the pot. And at the end, we took the roast out. We also fight for that one carrot that was in the pot.
Wouldn't it disintegrate?
Yeah, but that's the thing. It would be so soft and like mushy, but the outside skin would just hold it together. It's the best thing ever. So I love it. It's exactly. So now I know. Low and slow in the oven?
Yep. Just let them go. Sort of normally about 150 or 60, and just let them go. When you think they're almost too far, they are, and then pull them out.
That's the truth.
I love food that I have to forget about.
Okay, so those go to the oven. Now, we've got this beautiful harissa dressing. So I know originally you said you use normal lentils that you hydrate, but we obviously shop from Woolies, and I'm loving the fact that you get such amazing quality turned food right now. The quality of the lentils, it's amazing. So that's going in there, and then that's the base. And thank you so much, Craig. We're going to build up this dressing. You might actually...
Should I pass that on?
Do you want the pestle?
Yeah, all of it.
I'm going to ask you a little bit about harissa just now, but we're going to take a call. Natasha, how are you? Welcome to Afternoon Express.
Hi, Bonnie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Natasha?
I'm very well, thank you. May I please speak to DJ Vince?
Of course you can.
Hi, Natasha.
How's Vince? How are you?
I'm good.
Yes, I'd just like to say you're such an inspiration. I love you very much. And I think you're the cutest baby girl.
Thank you so much. She is really cute. Thank you so much. Thank you for your words.
You. Okay, thank you very much. Enjoy your day.
You too.
Bye.
So tell me about harissa. What makes it so special?
So it's a North African spice, and you like using a spice as well. Like as much as you're obsessed with salt, I'm obsessed with like spice and pepper and that like intensity in your mouth. So you like using it as well with your food, and I really appreciate that. Especially because pork belly is nice and rich and delicious.
Yeah.
And this is quite acidic. It's got a lot of garlic and chili in there, so it kind of cuts through the flavor of that, and it works really well with the earthiness of the lentils. So I really like that. But you can help me with this.
If I must.
Okay, so I'm going to add some. I've added some salt and pepper to our pestle and mortar. The rest is going in there, and it comes with a nice layer of of oil as well, which I really like. Then you can start mixing that around.
Okay.
We've taken some garlic, and all we did with it was we added some salt and pepper and olive oil, popped it in some foil.
I didn't even know that was garlic.
What did you think it was? Please tell me.
I was like, what is that?
What is that?
I've been looking at it.
Like the whole time.
What is that? Looks good.
Okay, so the reason we pop it in the oven like nice and low, we also go at about 160 like those carrots. So call this the forgotten garlic, all right? And nice and slow, and eventually all you do is just squeeze it like that, and all that garlic comes out. And that's
Did you
beautiful.
put that in foil?
We did. And it'll go for like about an hour.
It smells so good.
It smells so good. It smells amazing.
Am I supposed to crush it?
Yeah, mix it all together, and then more acidity, some lemon juice, and now my hands are covered in garlic, but I'm not complaining. And this is going to be the dressing for our lentils.
That is going to taste so amazing.
It's going to taste ridiculously good.
And I made it.
All you
made it.
Look at you. See, if I can mix, I give you the bowl. If you can start mixing that through the lentils. But that's not hard. You're looking at me like, nah.
That's not hard, Zinhle. That is not hard at all. Just a bit of stirring.
Okay.
Okay, I got you.
Okay.
And put your back into it. Just, some
There we
elbow
go.
grease.
Okay.
Do you make pap at least?
No.
What? How did you get away with it?
I'm the younger sister.
You're the younger one.
All right, that's fine.
So I'm mixing this. Yes.
So you're the last born?
My sister, no, there's a boy after me, but still, my sister did all the work.
Did all the work.
Yeah.
Shout out to older siblings.
Yeah.
That's me.
Oh, is that you?
Yeah, me too. That's me.
Are you okay?
Take care of everything.
I'm fine. So while I'm going to add the coriander, Craig, you want to start carving that belly for
Yeah, I
us?
can do.
Is there any tip or trick when it comes to
so
carving
good, hey?
carving meat in general?
It's always good to just let it rest because you find that sometimes people don't like the blood aspect of things. So if you actually rest it,
juices
yeah, look at
flowing.
that. So it's just nice and juicy, not too much liquid, and that's the big thing. And then obviously just cutting it in the correct way, obviously. So I like to just put mine through the middle and then turn it around so you get that lovely, so you can see that
looks
lovely
so
look there.
juicy.
And then we're just going to
mix this?
carve that.
Actually,
It's going to go very simply. Normally a bread knife is actually better.
Oh yeah, because it goes.
You get a much better finish
you
through
get
there.
through that crust.
Correct, because it's quite a hard crust.
Okay.
But you can also make a way around
While
it.
you carve that, we've got Abigail from Uppington on the line. Hello, Abigail. Welcome to Afternoon Express.
Hi, Zinhle.
Hi.
I just want to say I love you very much, and that
Bet you enjoy my cooking, yes?
Hi, Zinhle.
Yes.
Hi, Zinhle. I just want to say that I love you very much, and that you and Paul Sushi should keep up your friendship goals because you are inspiring a lot of people out there. And everything you do for the youth, we appreciate it, and God will bless you. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Mommy. God bless you too.
Thank you. Oh, sweet.
Very sweet.
all right. Guys, this is actually amazing. So we've got, earlier we made a beautiful carrot puree. We're going to
Love
see that
coriander.
at the end. The coriander just lightens and brightens everything
Love
up.
coriander.
That pork belly looks so succulent.
It's delicious.
And it's going to go so well with our lentils.
I wish everybody was here to experience this pork belly. Now, this is a roast with the most. So to get the ingredients list and recipe links sent directly to your phone, right now is simply SMS EAT to 33650. And in case you missed any of these steps, here's a quick recap. Yummy. So much more coming up after the break. We're back in the kitchen with Chef Clem making Clover Bliss coconut and lime bars. Plus, our wonderful guest DJ Zinhle is still in the loft, and you at home can call her and chat to her on 021 430 9881. And if you have any questions or comments for our guests, don't hesitate to do so. We'll be right back.